Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. We've been talking for a while now about this this move here to the upside, the potential inverse head and shoulders pattern, bit of whipsaw price action here. Let's see if it can now push above $20.60. I highlighted to you before that to really believe this wide wave count and to follow it primarily, we need to see that break above $20.60. It should be a sustained break, okay? It has now arrived at the next resistance level at $20.20. That's the golden ratio here, the 61.8 retracement level. Yesterday, I indicated to you that if this trend line here breaks, in my last update, I showed you this trend line. If this breaks, it could send the price quite quickly up to $20.20. That's where it arrived now, facing some short-term resistance here. It looks like it wants to push a little higher. $20.60 will be the next one. And then we've got the breakout point. So I always want to make you aware of the potential before something happens, right? There's no point talking about a breakout after it happened. So we've got that potential on the chart, definitely. So it's worth for any breakout traders to observe that if you want to. In addition to that, we talked about that this white wave count, I would see that as potential as long as the red line isn't crossed to the downside. That would be the invalidation point. But it already became a little less likely because it is so stretched out. We'll see if it works out. We'll see. It's all a bit, the moment the market, obviously today inflation data, so there's a lot of, I would say, uncertainty there, where a lot of the coins are currently trying to push, but they haven't pushed enough to really say, okay, we are going up. So they could still fail at this point. And if they fail, they should fail here, Solana as well. So it's going to be interesting. At the moment I'm observing this. And what would be the target for the third wave? Worth highlighting that. So third wave target, we would be looking at the 1.618, around about $22 from here. Yeah, it did go a little deeper, this pullback. So this would be the ideal target. Should a breakout occur, it should send it to 22, which is a resistance level I pointed out several times. We had resistance in August, end of August, and also again end of August. And then here there was a bit of a reaction there. That was in July. We had resistance here in June. So there was quite a bit of resistance and support around this level, especially well defined here in August. So if we break above that level, then it should be able to form 5 waves for circle wave 3, which might reach $24. And then one more high is needed to really form 5 waves up. If we get 5 waves into the $24, $25 region, the low might be in. We're then waiting for an ABC pullback. It's basically a structure like Bitcoin is developing, okay? If it can form the 5 waves up, the low may be in. But if we then get the ABC pullback, we have a trade setup, a pullback trade setup at the same time for a third wave rally to the upside. This 1-2-1-2 setup has not been invalidated. Seems like 3 waves down so far. Let's see. I mean, as I said, I still need 5 waves, because if it's only 3 to the upside even, this could turn into a more complex downside correction here. The entire move down of the July highs might turn into a much more complex downside structure, like a WXYXZ structure, for example. So that's, the risk is still there, okay? But we'll see, it's pushing. So it's a good sign that in our larger trend reversal box, which is here between $20 and $15, we start to see some buying pressure. That's basically what we want to confirm our overall scenario, that the price has a chance here in this B wave to turn around. Obviously, talking about this structure, let's go to the 4-hour chart. Talking about this structure here, where we said, okay, possibly a wave 2 bottomed here. That was in June. Then an A wave to the upside. It can't be a wave 1 because it's not an impulse, but it can count as an A wave in a larger ABC structure. The move down, a B wave. Low maybe already in, or another low. So basically the potential is there that we've bottomed. And then the C wave higher from here, but it's a long way to go, okay? So, and essentially in this scenario, we want the price to turn around in this region. And this region currently shows additional buying pressure, which is exactly what we want in these regions. So these are typically the areas, these Fibonacci levels between the 88.7 and the 61.8 Fib level. In this particular scenario of a B wave correction, these are the levels where we typically assume that the sentiment has a good chance to shift. It's just that on the lower time frame, we haven't got the evidence for it, but this is the region where we expect the sentiment to shift. And maybe it's doing that, right? Been talking about this inverse head and shoulders potential for a while. And if it can break above $20.60, then $22 is next, and then it should be $24.25. Should we get the breakout, should we get a move above $20.60, I will highlight micro support levels against which the trend can be kept to the upside. Yeah. So obviously you always want to know what is the level that needs to hold now to keep going, to allow Solana to keep going. Very, very important, especially in the third wave rally. Okay, that's my update about Solana. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.